condensing the space. That's what we need to achieve. And we're going to use our protocols for MET. So I go with post-isometric relaxation on the QL. And what we need to do is bring the hips so that they are a little bit closer back towards the couch. Now, because we're taking Phil right to the very end, you need to make sure that your body stays behind Phil at all times, and it acts as a backstop. So that if we do something, because if Phil's got super tight hip flexors, when I bring this leg back and over the edge of the couch, he'll probably follow his leg and then roll off the back. And so many people have really tight hip flexors, and just doing that movement, and they start to roll towards you. So again with the QL, a little bit of safety is your body is there as a preventative measure to stop you from rolling off the couch. The moves that for a QL MET, take this arm and reach over the top of your head and hold onto the couch, roughly around about there. Bring this leg back, straighten it for me. Jade's perfect timing. And drop it down toward the couch there. And now we're starting to create a stretch. If we're not quite feeling the stretch, how are we getting on?
Yeah.
Got that stretch?
Yeah.
You could put a bolster. So if I bring you back, I'm going to bring this bolster and sort of put it underneath your hip.
Sorry, I'm really thirsty.
Coming up again. Just lift it again, sorry. All right, so now we've got a little additional support. Bringing the leg back, straighten it out, and dropping down. So it's like your Ober's test. I've now got my hand on top of the iliac crest, and I'm forcing the leg, so don't push on the knee, but just above the knee. Force the hip and the leg into lateral flexion. Would be what's a technique, what it's called, and my hip is just keeping you in that position nice and supported. Yeah, so you feel kind of supported in that move. You now need to hip hitch into my hand. So I might remove my hand from his leg because I don't want abduction.
Hip, isn't it?
I want the hip. There it goes, perfect. Hold for 10 seconds. And release, let it go.
I can see the concentration.
Yeah.
Tick, 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 tick.
You can imagine how explaining this to someone who doesn't know what you're talking about, this becomes quite a tricky one to do, but it's a really good one. It's my preference to do this one, so you just need to make sure that your reference point is my right hand on your hip, and I want you to push into my hand. There, that's it, contracted, hold him for 10, release, relax, and then move him on to the next position. Okay, if he's got really tight hip flexors, you might want to try a different method, but you'll see each method presents their own problems. So I'm giving you a few because you need to kind of work out exactly what you're going to do. So now, if you lie straight up, face up for me.
Oh.
That was the couch, not me.
Squealing.
I want this leg over this leg, and I want to pull this one all the way over to here.
Other way around?
Huh? Do the other way around, I think. Go, change it around that way to that way. Okay. No, no, it was right. No, well, if I'm working this side, then this is the right position.
Isn't that the side we were walking?
This
That
is the side.
This is the side, yeah.
This is the side we're working. Yeah, this is the side we're working. Let's keep it consistent. I was thinking like for the camera. So then now,
sorry.
No, sorry. Put your arm on there and bring the arm and on there. Okay, so now I'm going to have to come around to this side because what I've got now is I'm going to come underneath your arm, grabbing onto the scapula, pushing onto the hip, and taking you into lateral flexion. Nice stretch.
Good stuff.
Good. You want to push against my hand to move yourself back to straight.
Where's your hand?
Underneath the scapula.
What's Phil doing?
So I should have gone the other side because you can't see now. I've completely blocked all your views.
Phil is
But
trying
it
to
was
pull himself
continuity.
this
So
side.
Phil is trying to move himself
He's trying to be a
into
banana.
straight, and I am keeping him in banana.
So he's resisting against you?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, good. So that's another one. I guess the problem in this is you're very close to each other.
Yeah.
And it's
It's alright.
it's quite an intimate one, and it's quite hard work for me.
I feel like I'm posing as well for like Playboy bag.
So it's quite hard, and I think for me, getting my head around like opposites and things, it takes a little bit of thinking through. So practice it. You might not use it, but I think there's lots of different ways of doing this. The third and final one.